Hey, can you spot that one yet? I might play a little bit more of that later. Let me do that again. See if you can piece this together. There's a little bit more of it. It is Friday, February 27th. Interesting date in history. 51 years ago today, the Beatles were in the studio recording If I Fell. And, you know, it's funny what, somehow the song ran through my head the other day and I thought, oh, I'm sure I've done a lesson on it. Well, you know, with as many Beatles songs as are up here, it's pretty likely that it was there. And I looked at the list and it wasn't. The list with the Eyes was so long that I figured it had to be in there. But, you know, between I'll Be Back and Is There Anybody... Oh, wait. I didn't do that one. Anyway, okay. Enough rambling about the Beatles, but I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. Anton, thanks for the comments about it. And Anton, great to see you back in the first place. So, I hope you enjoy playing If I Fell. Just need a little bit of bar chords, and then you're good to go. There's not too much fancy going on in that. So, kind of fun to put that lesson together. Oh, which I happened to notice was also still on the recommended lesson list, which I still happen to look at every couple of days to see what's going on. I just saw a request went up there like yesterday, maybe for 10cc for I'm Not in Love, and I thought, you know what? It was a great song. I might have to do that. I'll have to go watch that video and see if there's some redeeming qualities in it. It is funny how the deciding what songs to do, because you know we had this thing about U2 a few weeks ago, and I just said, you know, frankly, U2 songs don't lend themselves to just solo guitar very much at all. But now that you see versions of what Vanessa did a couple weeks ago, and then this week with Angel of Harlem and Desire, of course, put together our first real twofer, two songs in one lesson, that has, partly because they're both pretty basic. So I'll keep exploring well, I'm sure she's going to do that. So I'll leave you two to Vanessa, for a while. But appreciate Vanessa. Thanks for everything you do. Appreciate that. So, oh, this week we had another lesson of Vanessa's, Make You Better, the Decemberists. And I believe just last week, the Decemberists were in Holland. So I don't know if she gave us a report on that, but I know she went and just came back raving about it. But it might have just been in a message to me. So if she hasn't told us the story of the Decemberists, I'm sure we would all like to hear it or more about it. So. What else happened this week? We had a little bit more with Chris and his take on Quicksand, and if you guys watched that video, you know at the end he played through Classical Gas and then the Game of Thrones, and of course with I wasn't too familiar with that, but he came in one time trying to work on the harmonic part about it, and artificial harmonics. Interesting little dilemma with those. Getting good tone out of them. You know what? I will talk about that in just a minute, because what we did with Game of Thrones, he had found somebody playing it on YouTube, and we decided to put together our own version of it, and he's definitely getting it. It's got some rough rhythms in it and stuff like that, so it's kind of cool. I mean, an inspired kid. Well, I hate to call him a kid, but he's still a teenager. What else did we have this week? Oh, yeah, you know, the Heliotrope thing. I was thinking about spreading this out quite a bit, but I figured, you know, let's do 2 parts of it now and then see how things go. So it might take a week or 2 off on the next installment of Heliotrope, but those 2 parts should give everybody plenty of stuff to be working on for a while. And Dermot, good questions about some of the things in there, and that made me you know, if people didn't see my response to what Dermot had asked, it was, we were talking about this quick little triplet roll into a G chord, and the other one, you definitely could do them without prepping the chord earlier, but there's just not a good reason to, because you have plenty of time to do that, and it kind of gives you a higher, it ups your chances of it coming out really clean, and that's really what we're going for there. So, there are a lot of guitar players that go to great lengths, maybe not great lengths, but to make stuff look a little harder than it is. Maybe a lot harder than it is sometimes. One of my favorite guitar players from many years ago, he's still around, Jan Ackerman, had a great little thing when he was playing in focus shows. A lot of times he would pull out some, ridiculously pyrotechnic thing. This is the pre-Van Halen days, don't forget. Some little hot lick and sort of do it tongue-in-cheek. He'd be flying around with these notes, Hendrix style or something. He'd sort of look at the audience and wink at them, like and then you'll see other guys doing this with this frantic, manic approach to getting all the notes coming out. Oh, too many people are running through my head. I should not throw stones right there. But the real key to intricate instrumental playing, especially solo instrumental playing, is efficiency and doing the least amount of work that you can with your fingers. When you saw me a few months ago, or maybe whenever it was, working on this, it looked like a frantic, manic mess. It's getting almost comfortable. I'm getting so close. Pretty soon I hope to get to an acoustic snapshot of Bouquet together, which does include the artificial harmonics. Let me get back to that. And real harmonics. For an artificial harmonic, what you're going to do is use your index finger to stop the string at wherever the harmonic would be. And for example, at the 12th fret, if I just want to play the E at the 12th fret, I would use my index finger, touch the string right on the fret like we would for normal harmonics, and then use my ring finger to pluck it. Now, one of the keys to this, I probably should, I think I demonstrated this in some other song, but one of the keys is try to keep this finger kind of locked straight so that this one can move without making this one move. If you curl your first finger while you're doing that, and then you pull your third finger to try to play it, it's going to move with it. So you have to practice keeping this a little tenser and tighter than normal. So you could outline a chord. We've seen Muriel Anderson do this. You could outline a chord like an A minor here by touching the first string at the 12th fret, the next string at the 13th fret, and then at the 14th fret, and the 14th, and the 12th again. So that is a good little exercise. You could try an E minor chord. And notice my first finger, pretty straight the whole time. So I guess that's my tip for the day. Let me see if there's anything else I want to talk about. I don't think so. I hope everybody got the memo that, just a little bit of IGC news. I want to thank the people that have signed up. We're getting a good crew together so far of folks, and many returning and a couple of new ones. I think last week I welcomed in the new ones, but and the Jim Bruno thing, yeah, Vanessa had a suggestion. Let's get a master class with him. We'll definitely get him. We will take full advantage of Jim being there. Trust me. So, let's see. What should I play out with today? Oh, I should probably play what I teased you with at the beginning. Remember, you just heard this. And then you heard this. Okay. You got it by now? I need to do this part every time before it repeats. Interesting other little trivia about that song is that the person that made it famous in like 1967, 68, I should have looked this up. I really hadn't even planned on talking about it or even playing it, but who knows. Did not get the words right in the title of the song. Drove the songwriter nuts, but nothing he could do. It was a big hit, and it put Jimmy Webb on the map. So, okay, enough cryptic messages. There we go. Let's make that another songwriting challenge and see if anybody wants to come up with something for that. Had no idea where that was coming from or going, but might be something there worth hanging on to. Okay, next week it will be March. Oh, got a full moon coming probably about next week around this time. We'll have a lot of fun watching the stars and planets and stuff lately. Pretty cool. In the middle of the night. I shouldn't be up then, but I am. Okay, back next week.